over there is no wrong way to play with paper. I'm Ginger, the crazy Ginger's Corner girl. It was bound to happen. I had to say it sooner or later. And this is a video about using your scraps and creating embellishments. One of my favorite ways to use my scraps so they do not pile up, they don't end up taking one of these cubes, they don't end up in an iris bin, a drawer, a folder, wherever you store them, to the point that they are just overwhelming. I end up throwing them away anyway, is I like to use them to make embellishments and swap with my friends over on my Facebook group. Also, I've begun swapping on TikTok as well. That's a whole community that I have just joined. And if you are from there, hi, you found me. I enjoy taking those things and instead of throwing them away or piling them up and just letting them compile to the point of overwhelming me, I use them. And I can honestly say I use them. If you watch any of my scraps and embellishment videos, you know that. And my friends use them too. So my friends and I are going to make this video. We're going to do all about word puns. So like raining cats and dogs, and maybe make a cat embellishment, whatever the case may be. But I hope you come join us over on the Facebook group. And with that, I'm going to flip this camera around. We're going to get started. Alrighty, let's get started. So this week's theme is anything on a wordplay, right? So raining cats and dogs, like I said, I can't think of anything right now, but I went with unbelievable and I made some bees. Now, this is not your regular swap. This is the captain swap over on my Facebook group. And what we do is we make basically a swap cluster kind of thing. And you need to make a 2-layered title, a 2-layered journal block, and then 2 matching embellishments. Basically, someone should be able to pull out whatever you made and create a layout with it and or build on it, right? So that's what I've done. I have a 2-layered title, and I did cut this out of my Cricut. I had a cut file from, I believe this was from Marjorie Designs, but it may have been a different one. I don't know. I had it for a while. And then I took this part and I made a separate bee. I kind of had to improvise and mess with it on my Cricut a little bit, but I made it a tiny little body and I made a small one. I do put close-ups at the end. And then I had some scraps of this paper and I had some leftover ephemera from my Echo Park line that I've been trying to use up. I just used a sticker sheet not that long ago, all up. And this was one of the ephemera packs that Miss Kelly gave me. So I made some journaling blocks and I have this one for the one we're going to make today. But this is my set that I will mail to my partner and my partner will mail me something back. It saves a lot on postage doing it this way. And for those of you that swap, I hope you're having fun. For those that you aren't, I hope you'll come join us. Just join that Facebook group and answer those questions. If you don't answer those questions, my amazing captains, aka admins, will not approve you because we need to know you're not a robot. You're not going to spam the page. But they're simple questions. We're not asking for DNA. I promise, we're not. And then there's a very good chance that it will go this way starting next year because postage is getting worse. It is not getting better. I know the flat rate boxes have gone up another $2, which makes blessing boxes even harder. So please keep watching those commercials in my videos. That's how I continue to do that to everyone who donates to those, as well as, you know, it gets lost in the mail. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. But a partner swap seems to be working a little bit better. So there's a very good chance that maybe we will do 2 of these kind of swaps or something. Let me know in the comments if you do swap over on the Facebook group. What would you like to do? We do have to change something because it's just the mail is getting worse. It's for no other reason other than the mail. And okay, there is another reason. My life is getting even more crazy. And I do not start things that I cannot finish. I do my very, very best. Once in a blue moon, I may miss a deadline, but it's the least I can do for all of you. So because my life is getting busier, I need to cut back. And I think we'll either do a swap like this or I've been tossing around a couple of ideas. So if you have any ideas, shoot them at me. I'm only one brain. It's a small brain. So I would love to know. Now, I'm going to quit gabbing. I hope you do join us. And if you don't want to swap, that's okay. I hope you at least follow and subscribe and you're inspired. Because I'm not the only one who does these. My friends use their scraps in different ways too. This time I'm more using ephemera. A lot of my yellow was scraps. I did have to pull out a full sheet of black. And believe it or not, I had 2 big enough pieces of the same color brown. I must have done like a 2-page layout or something that I was able to use scraps, and it was a very small scrap. I didn't need a lot. So I did use my scraps. I just got really lucky, and I have to have a drink. Jilly works at High Tea now, and they have sugar-free teas, so I'm sorry, I had to have a drink. I talk too much not to have a drink. So let's put one together. Yeah, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I got squirreled by my tea. Very proud of my girl. Last year she got her CNA during her junior year. This year it is her senior year, and she is working and doing dual credits, already taking college credits before she graduated high school. She's very much like her mama. That's what I did, and it's what her older sister did. I'm a very lucky mom. I have very good kids. Amazing. Junior is blooming. Can't wait to tell you some stories about him. Should shut up and put this together. Like, focus, Ginger, focus. All right. So I put some of these parts together because sometimes these videos get a little bit long. I'm just going to use my canvas from the Dollar Tree. And I was going to go ahead and put this all the way together, but I know we have new subscribers. Welcome. I'm glad that you're here. I hope you're being inspired. But I wanted to show how I like to do tweezers. I know I am not the only person on this planet. I need to clean up my tweezers. Yeah, I'm getting squirreled again, but this is my life. So welcome to it. That's why it's called my corner. To clean up my tweezers, I just take a razor blade. They get glue on them, right? I just made all those bees. And I am swapping with people over on TikTok as well. So I made some bees for them. I would love it if you came and joined me on TikTok. It's Ginger's Corner, you know, shameless plug over here. Because, you know, social media is evolving. See how good that cleans those up? It's the easiest way to get glue and sticky stuff off of your tweezers, I'm telling you. And then I'll usually bleach these like around the first of the month, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, I know I'm not the only person that has a hard time gripping things. I don't know why, but the older I get, I'll be walking with the soda, and this is not an exaggeration. It will fall out of my hand. No idea. I don't even feel it falling out of my hand. I can feel my fingers. Like, I don't know. The doctor looked at me like I was retarded when I mentioned it. So, I don't know. Old people problems. Anyway, so I like to use my tweezers as much as I can. 2 reasons. 1, I like to see what I'm doing. And 2, it gives me freedom. I can pinch hard here to work on things without my fingers getting as much glue on them, number 1, or being in the way, okay? That's just a little bit of thing I've learned over the 28 plus years that I have been crafting with paper. All right, and see how I can see everything when I lay this down? Now, for those of you that have been with me for a long time, you know this is my way. Trial and error, and I use my tools to my benefit as much as possible. Also, when I glue things down, I try to put the glue on the biggest part of my embellishment and then use my pickup tool or tweezers to lay it down. I find it easier. Maybe that's not what's easy for you, but it's what works for me. So I hope it helps you if you have problems gripping things like I do, or holding on to them, or speaking English. Now, all I did to make this journal block is, you'll notice, let's see, what did I do with the other one? They're different sizes, right? Because I used my scraps of whatever size I had. This one's a little bit bigger, and I tried to make them fit. I think I had one more. Oh, I don't want to lie to you. But it was like half this size. I had one more because I usually make one for me, one for my bestie, and one to swap with someone. And sometimes I make 4 if I have enough, because sometimes I need to replace a swap because the mail eats them. I don't know. Either that or there are a lot of crafty people. And all I did to this was ink and layer on some ephemera pieces. That's it. It is nothing fancy-dancy. Oh, I was going to glue that on there. That's why I'm like, why is that bee sitting on there? I'm having a whole conversation in my head while I talk. This is why I can't talk. I totally just snorted too. Yeah, I'm not going to edit that out either. Anyway, that's all I did to make this 2 layers. I inked it, I layered paper, we're good. But this is very detailed, so I don't feel guilty about that. And you'll notice my title, it has 3 layers because I did an offset. If you're a Cricut user, you know what offset means. And I offset it not once, but twice. I really like doing that with titles. I don't know why, I feel like they pop. All right, so I've taken my little honey pot and I put the rim across. Then I'm going to take just a pen. And you guys know me, when I'm doing detail work, I do have my markers, but I really like Sharpies. Plus I can get these at the Dollar Tree. And I'm just gonna do a little zoom from a bumblebee on here. Why not? And go right off the side, okay? Because bumblebees leave those behind. And then I'm gonna set this aside. You'll notice I've already inked all of these pieces. You don't need to sit here and watch me ink. I did already put the antennas together, so let's set those aside. I even got super lucky. This was pure luck. I had enough of this yellow vellum to make little wings, just enough. Man, I used every little tiny scrap I could of this and rearranged it with my Cricut to make these. But remember, wings can be hearts too. So if you had a heart punch, you could easily, if you don't have a Cricut, you could totally use your tools, right? All right, next we need to take his little hat and we need to put the little rim on. Doo-doo, just like so. And again, I like to use my tweezers. Just makes me happy. Feel like I can see things better this way. Okay, so then we will set this aside. Then we need to make the little face. And I have the 2 pieces. This is the background and this is the front. And again, I use my tools. This is a very simple cut file, die cut, whatever you like to call them. I mean, technically, I think it's a cut file, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so now we have the head and I need to add the hat to the head. So here's what I'm gonna do. One would think I could put this here, but I don't know where this is gonna land on here because every one will be different. I know you think it won't, but it will. Trust me, I'm telling you from my own experience. And so what I do is it needs to come to right here. So I'm gonna put a line across there. Do I use too much glue? 100%, I do. But my stuff don't move. I can tell you that. It ain't going nowhere. And I want to bring this down on his head. And let me tell you what this does. Look at the back of this now. Do you see any extra glue? No, you do not. And the reason you don't is because I did it that way. I've learned that trick as well. Okay, so now I did put a piece of foam on his nose. Now you could ink the nose and the black parts in white. I did one that way and I just didn't like how it looked in this instance. Bees do not have a white shadow, so I didn't do that, but that's me. You can do whatever you want, whatever makes your little heart desire happy. Go ahead and do that for sure.